There. Okay, so we're live, but it takes a second or so for Instagram to go live anyway. So,
they would have missed my gorgeous wave there.
Oh, no, people saw it.
Oh, really?
They will see it in
the
recording, and we're going live on Instagram. All right, there we go. Will we give it a second for people to join in, or will I just not even?
I literally just got an email saying that we're going live.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even know that happened.
YouTube.
I literally just got a push notification as well.
Yeah, I get a push notification for Instagram.
I'm gonna watch this. This sounds amazing.
Sounds great.
Don't. It's gonna cause some sort of like Paul.
The universe will explode.
My voice about 10 seconds in the past. Before we start, I just wanted to call out. Now I know he's not watching at the moment, but I just wanted to call out the amazing efforts of discovering Dan Cooney, who completed the VDL and broke the record last Saturday, I believe it was. So 275 of the highest bounces in Ireland, completed in a record time of 48 days. Absolutely amazing. He did it for a great cause, for helping the dogs. So just wanted to call that out before we went any further. So well done, Dan. I know I said it on my own personal channel, but I wanted to give you the shout out on the live as well, because I know you've been tuning in to our lives from the mountain, and he's always been cheering us on. So I just wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out. So our weekly chats are back. We week off last week because I was dying. I was very, very sick, and the lads were really busy, so we just took the week off. But this week we want to catch up on things. So there's three things that we want three topics for you this week. Number one, it's a Pete Britton special, weird hiking gadgets. Talk about some of the weird things that are out there that people use, and probably unnecessary things that people use, but also some of the kind of like interesting things that like you probably wouldn't have heard of. My favorite subject is food. So hiking snacks. What's your favorite trail snacks that you bring out on your hikes? Or any pre or post hike meals that you get stuck into. And then Olympic walking. So Olympic walking, it's a hot debate in the world of the Olympic sports. Is it time for it to be replaced by something like Olympic hiking? And then last of all, if you stick around to the very end, and we're going to be announcing our cash prize winner from our weekly ad spend cash giveaway from last weekend. So stick around for that. And we'll also be teeing up this weekend's competition as well. Without further ado, get on to our first topic. So weird hiking gadgets. Pete, you kind of zoned in on this one. So
not so much a weird, well, it's definitely a weird hiking gadget, but probably an unattainable hiking gadget for everyone in the world, other than the Musk types, which are the Arc'teryx power pants. They're not, well, I suppose they are pants actually, but they're essentially exoskeleton legs that help you walk.
Yeah,
they're selling them as like assistance to your hiking.
Are these? Can I just ask? Are these actually real? I'm actually going to pull up the website here now. Are they real? I was going to say, are they an April Fool's prank? But they are real.
Well, like I've looked at the videos and I've looked at the images of them, like in the science lab, like drawing up the mock-ups, and there's videos. I know, again,
it's probably just like a prototype thing, is it?
It could be, but I've seen a price tag on them. They're like $4,500.
Wow.
This is them here. Yeah, $4,500 with shipping expected in late 2025. I think it's an amazing idea, but it's just
why? Why would you do
well, like especially for we're all getting old. We still want to be going out and hiking these amazing hikes.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I didn't think about it in that kind of context. In that, like, we've talked to lots of hikers, and I had it was only a couple of months back actually that I was chatting with a guy who used HiiKER, and he was like, unfortunately, I have to cancel my subscription because I've had like really bad surgeries over the last couple of months, and I'm just not going to be able to go out and hike anymore.
If there's ever something that makes me appreciative. Like, you know, I have a massive fear of bugs in the app. Could you imagine a bug in that?
A bug in your power pants. Yeah. It just reminds me of there's an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Cricket, the homeless guy that they know, he gets himself an exoskeleton so he can do a dance routine. It's like it's like an elongated dance, a dance off, so they win the bar, and he comes in with a pair of power pants, and as soon as he starts, it like jolts up on him and it like breaks both of his legs.
The way that they've positioned this as well is like marketed as a mobility device that helps hikers extend their range instead of a medical device that helps those with mobility issues. But that's like, it's the same. They actually they stole the thought right out of my brain. You can think of it like an e-bike, but for walking. I think it's actually a great idea, a great concept. But yeah, it's going to be the ultra rich. You know, if HiiKER, you know, ever gets like a bazillion users, maybe we'll all be investing in these things, and like we'll be hiking the PCT every weekend.
But that's, I suppose, what we were saying with that guy that I was chatting to, who literally just couldn't hike anymore. He had to cancel his HiiKER subscription because he just couldn't do those distances. So maybe something like that helps him kind of get out and do what he loves to do. And it was really sad talking to him. He was like, it's like when I retired, that's all I wanted to do was just go out every weekend and hike. But now I have to kind of stick around flat plains.
Does it say anything about battery life there?
You get stuck on the mountain.
Because I'm there, like brings it to the top of the mountain. It's like, meow.
But it's really interesting, like the way they're strapped in. They don't look like they're fully kind of surrounding your legs. So I don't understand how they strap onto you.
And is it only one leg, or is there one on each leg?
I'd imagine it's one on each leg. I mean, it's $4,500 per leg.
Oh, you want the two-legged option?
Or you can get four of them where you can run like a cheetah.
And you get them on your arms too. I like that.
I wonder, are they going to have the, like, I know we're talking about the Olympics in a while, but I wonder, are going to have these like banned from any kind of like races, any kind of challenges? Or do you remember the way the swimming back in, was it like goggles were only like allowed in swimming like back in the 70s?
Yes.
But back in the 90s, or no, early 2000s, they had those like super seal skin suits, where, and it was the year or the couple of years where they had the highest number of world records that were broken. It was because of these suits, and then they were like, "Well, we need to take them out." So I wonder, like any kind of ultra runners or anything like that, look, I up these things going, "Deadly, I'm gonna like get that FKT because of my exoskeleton."
Can I raise a and it's not necessarily a hiking gadget, but I kind of put it broadly in that category of just ones that I don't like. Gaiters. Never got it, don't understand it, and I don't think they do anything.
What is that? What's that?
Gaiters. Yeah.
Gaiters are very useful.
No.
Why don't you just wear pants?
They don't stop. They stop light splashes on your legs. That's about it.
Yeah, it's to stop the splashes and twigs and things like that from getting into your boots, especially when you're going into like real boggy ground. I know I veto that. I think that's the gaiters are, especially when living in Ireland, like they're the way to go.
But like if you've got long pants on, are you really gaining anything?
Well, your shoes are not being covered in mud.
What you're waterproof? You're waterproof.
But they only cover like a very small part of your shoe.
They only cover, but it's the top of the shoe. Yeah, like your pants could go over them. We're getting into the. There you go. Eddie Ford down in Kerry just said, go hiking in Kerry. Gaiters are essential.
Okay.
Served.
I'm waiting. Can someone from the anti-Gators brigade please jump into the comments there and save me, please?
Eddie just dropped the mic. I had one there, which was the hiking balloon. Have you seen this?
Is this the helium balloon that lifts your backpack for you?
Yes. This I think is actually genius.
Actually genius, yeah.
It's a helium balloon that carries your bag. Now, is it actually practical?
helium as a backpacking
But
assist.
as soon as I saw it, I was like,
Oh, that is
of course.
perfect. Look at that. It's the opposite of putting on a backpack normally. Oh my gosh. That's a
Why is it so
drain.
big?
This is essential kit for backpacking, I think. It's almost too light. I gotta pull it down. You wanna get something out of your pack, you just...
And then like you can just
right there.
leave it hovering in front
Oh,
of you.
as long as it doesn't
and
blow
you
away.
can take your stuff out.
That's the problem there.
You don't want
is-
that happening, but still,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. So that's my number one. I would
That's your
definitely.
hiking
It's
gadget.
weird but wonderful.
Very vulnerable to trees.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't go hiking in a forest, I suppose, and you don't really want to be hiking like at the top of a really high mountain, and then all of a sudden, like you get
When it's
carried
windy. So actually, I think maybe a desert is the only place where you could actually use it. As long as it's not windy and there's no trees and very few birds, you'll be fine.
Paul, so Gators is your one. Gators is your kind of like your card.
Even though it's not that weird of a hiking gadget, it's just something that, because I remember when myself and yourself, when we were going hiking in the UK, and you were like, "Oh, Paul, you never brought your gaiters," and I was like, "Oh, damn it, I never brought my gaiters. You're gonna have to. Could you go to the shop, pick me up with gaiters there?" We went out hiking several occasions there. I wore them. I think at the very in the first 10 feet, I stood in a puddle, and of course my sock was entirely soaked. The gaiter did absolutely nothing, and that was it.
In fairness, we were expecting rain, so that's why it was like when it's lashing rain and you're in the Lake District or anywhere in Ireland and the UK, gaiters are pretty essential. I would say, and I'm pretty sure Eddie Ford in Kerry is going to back me up as well.
I'm still waiting for the flood of comments that are joining the anti-Gators brigade.
I think I'm
already suspicious that Eddie is an industry plant that's trying to promote it.
He works with Big Gator.
From Big Gator, yeah. All right, moving swiftly on. Hiking snacks or food or anything like that. Paul, jump in because I've got so many that I need to go through.
I need to grab a prop for mine. I have my new number one hiking snack. I don't know wherever I found these, and I'm probably not meant to be the person they're for, but these Fiber One bars, oh my God, they are delicious. Have you ever had one?
Hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag.
They're my new favorite hiking snack. They're delicious. They're very small. They're very fibrous. They really do because they're so fibrous, they really fill you up. They're like super cheap. You can get them in some shops for just a couple of quid. It comes in like a pack of like 4 different bars there. Fiber One is my new hiking snack.
Are they not terrible?
They're
not terrible in process, full of sugar and crap.
Oh, they are, but most hiking snacks are it's healthy. Was not the category here. It says hiking snack, not healthy hiking snack. Okay?
I was going to go to my go-to, but I'm not actually going to show it on camera like some sort of shill. But I've been buying these all real bars, which are mostly like
they're really chewy.
And they are really chewy, but that's nice. I like chewy bars.
Yeah.
They're like made of proper things. They have like 5 ingredients in them, and they're not full of sugar and cardboard or whatever.
They all stick together.
Get out with your woke propaganda here.
Yes.
That's my line.
Yeah. I only found out what Gorp was.
Oh yeah.
I never knew what that was.
I only found out last year.
In fact, I've been in like a conversation where somebody had mentioned Gorp, and I was like, yeah, that's and just not asked what it was.
Oh yeah, the Gorp.
The Gorp, yeah.
Where there's the whole thing like Gorp.
Can I get 2 Gorp?
Like, is that something weird?
I can't remember what it stands for.
Sorry, there's suspense here. What is Gorp? I do remember recently somebody mentioned it, but I can't remember what it is. Trail mix.
It's just trail mix.
Why is it called Gorp?
Do you not know why it's called Gorp?
I have no idea why it's called Gorp.
Good old raisins and peanuts.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought you'd know that.
Americans. Of course they call it that.
Yeah. I'm going to add that into my completely 100% unnecessary acronyms category.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Susan just posted it there. You good old raisins and peanuts. I never knew that.
Push something really important out of your brain, but so it's not really trail mix. It's just raisins and peanuts, which is kind of sad.
Well, no, sorry. What is trail mix?
You You have to have the M&Ms in there. Like it's essential for trail mix.
What technically makes a trail mix? This could be a long conversation, but is it just a lot of
Well, I
crack
can
and pan?
tell you what makes trail mix because I have about 500 bags of it in my in my cupboard. A certain Craig dropped over and left a load of them there. So my go-to food is cheese and crackers and Ballymaloe relish. It is just chef's kiss. Like when you're out and you're like, you have to get like a nice little seat, find a little spot to sit down, take out either Jacob's cream cracker, or if you really want to spice it up, a tuck. Get out a tuck cracker, a little bit of Ballymaloe in a little squeezy. Make your own little squeezy thing, and then a layer of cheese.
I was just going to say, how do you transfer your Ballymaloe? Squeezy though, but like Ballymaloe is like it's got texture and bits in it. So how do you get it out the squeezy? Does it not get clogged?
No, not at all.
What kind of squeezy is this?
Like they come in bottles, but like you can like get your own little, you know, those things you can buy in like pound shops and euro shops and stuff like that, where it's like an empty squeezy. Just put it into that.
Nice.
There you
go. What do you think of pre-packed sandwiches on a hike? Would you ever go for a pre-packed sandwich?
I have, and I still continue to, but I think I romanticize over them, and then when I open them up, I'm like,
Oh, they just have this thing of turning to. Do you ever get like where you bite into a pre-packed sandwich and it like gets stuck to the top of your mouth?
Like, yeah, it has that. It's like all the bread is just like mushed into your palate.
I can't tire.
Dan's here. Dan's on. Dan, you missed our shout out to you at the beginning of it. What happens if the crackers get wet? They don't.
That's just the fact.
That's
not it. They don't get wet because I make sure that they don't.
I ordinarily would make a lovely pivot there to my favorite hiking gadget, which is a hiking umbrella, but I'm not going to do it.
Just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Actually, I'm going to go back to the gadgets and say that is useless, pointless. Yeah. And like Paul's talking about this like hiking umbrella. You don't even have a hiking umbrella. You just use a normal umbrella.
I know because I'm saving up for an ultralight hiking umbrella. Do you know how expensive they are?
Would you not make you need to make your own ultralight hiking umbrella out of some sort of bin bag and sticks.
Am I correct in saying that Z-Pack sell an ultralight umbrella?
Yeah, no, they do exist. They do, and they're very popular, especially for through hikers. But like,
and they're really good as well.
Isn't how good an umbrella is dependent on the umbrella holder or user?
Yeah, it's a fair point. And you do often see that umbrellas are very often used more so for sun coverage than necessarily rain coverage. Because again, in Ireland, it's going to be a bit pointless because wind is the enemy of umbrellas. Albeit, this gives me an idea. Do you ever see that umbrella they have now that's actually like a gadget and it blows wind out the top? They're going to like blow the rain away from you. And it's just a stick, but it has fans at the top.
Yeah, we're getting more and more pointless here.
Well,
exoskeletons and like turbines that you carry.
We have a comment there from Susan saying, wow, she makes gork.
Oh,
wow. Good old raisins and cashews.
That's way better.
That is fancy. I'd love to make
the gentleman's nut. Yeah, I do like that.
Gora. Good old raisins.
What's the go-to snack for the non what are they called? Anaphylactic, like you can't eat nuts.
Oh, they don't go hiking.
I would say
too many wild nuts out there.
Could you replace that? I think, as you said, you could just take all those peanuts out and get some M&Ms in there instead.
Oh, yeah. Or just
raisins and M&Ms. Chocolate covered raisins.
Chocolate covered raisins and chocolate covered chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could work with that.
Okay, so hot topic. Olympic walking. Is it time for it to bow out? I've seen a few people talking about this. Actually, funny enough, wrote a blog about this, just about to publish it. I just think it's first of all, it's not getting the coverage on TV at the moment because no one.
Did
I'm
it
sorry,
ever?
any Olympic walker
Yeah.
fan or walkers out there, apologies. This is going to offend you, but it's just running. It's just running in slow motion. If you look,
that's what I saw during the week was like the clips of the final kind of 10 meters or so where they were actually you're supposed to keep one foot in the ground, right, at all times.
Yes.
And that was the clips, and you could see literally hovering from the whole lot of them. And
where they had like 2 feet in the ground. I've seen that.
You mentioned it's not exactly getting the TV coverage anymore. Did it ever get the TV coverage? Do you remember?
Did it
really?
I
remember that Irish guy was in there.
There was an Irish guy in it, and then it would have gotten as much coverage as most other sports, especially even the fringe sports, because it was athletics, But I think now people are just like not really interested in it anymore, and it's weird. I think it's time for like something that is more to do with the outdoors and like all these countries where they're doing these Olympics. Like the next Olympics is in LA, and the right beside LA, there's a couple of national parks. There's a couple of national forests, and then there's can't think of it right now, but there's a national park and a state park right beside LA, and like trail running, hiking, navigation challenges.
Had there ever been a proposal for trail running?
There is at the moment, actually, from the International Trail Running Association, which I am a member. I got an email there saying that they are putting in an application, or I think they've been putting in applications for years. And there is a there's world trail running competitions, and then there's the world mountain running competitions. The last one was last year, and it's so exciting to watch. Like it's super Olympic.
This is coming from the trail running fans, so be careful. Let's temper expectations.
I do get pretty excited about this kind of stuff, but still, regardless, I think there's probably a space there for something to do. Like, I don't think there is any mountain sports in the Olympics.
Well,
like you have what's the cross country ski?
The Winter Olympics.
Well, the Winter Olympics does have like plenty of mountain sports, but there's no mountain sports in the Summer Olympics as far as I am aware.
Yeah.
Well, what stops it becoming trail running? Like you can't have Olympic hiking without it becoming who's the fastest to the point.
Yeah. No, like that's just it's for the purpose of like teeing up the conversation, saying that it's Olympic hiking, but like I think trail running is the most obvious one to have. You have there is mountain biking. I forgot that there is mountain biking, but there's no. That's the only mountain sport that there is.
Do runners typically become very good trail runners, or would be very good trail runners?
Yes, it's a very, very straightforward transition. Like a lot of the ultra runners that you'll see, like they would have transitioned from, like they would have done track and field and school and college, and then they probably did cross country as well, and then the transition from cross country into trail running. It's pretty straightforward. Like it's a different type of running, but it's pretty straightforward. Like if you're already a good runner, it's not going to take too much to transition to the trails. You might. I think that the initial thing that people think of is just to go fast, and then in trail running, it's you have to keep your mind switched on. Whereas in road running, all you can do is like think about what's your strategy in terms of how fast am I going to go. Whereas with trail running, you're like, where is my foot going to step on next? Which you don't have to think about in road running. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I get really passionate about it.
My biggest question in all of that. First of all, here's actually a question: can you use poles in Olympic walking? I presume not.
Olympic walking? No, I don't think you can. No.
Okay.
Like Nordic walking.
Olympic hiking, should you be allowed? We could easily get into the whole debate here of poles versus no poles, but yeah.
Yeah,
But again,
that's another good topic.
Olympic hiking is just going to turn into trail running, and I'm sure.
Yes.
Do any trail runners use poles?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing guys for the UTMB, and they're really skinny little poles.
Actually,
They're like little toothpicks.
Interesting. I thought that would have been more of a pain than a benefit.
If Bone shows up with poles here, I'm calling veto now because I got called out for my Fiber One bars.
Yeah, they are like super skinny, but they're like so lightweight. But yeah, there's a debate on this because you're not allowed to use these in all trail running events.
Really?
So in like, say our like local mountain running league that we have, you're not allowed to use this in like pretty much all the races.
Are they seeing that much of an advantage? Like,
I think to be honest, it's more so to do with obstruction. So like you could trip somebody over.
Oh
because
yeah.
there's so many people that are doing it. If it was a smaller event, they might let you away with it. But then when you go on the longer distances and there's fewer people on the longer races, they allow them to come into it. So yeah, it's weird. I still don't fully understand why they do and why they don't. But I think it's more to do with having an obstruction and potentially tripping somebody up when they're like trying to run down the side of a mountain.
Yeah,
I would
that
potentially
makes
do a lot of accidental stabbing. All right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like even stabbing yourself. The amount of times I've nearly like failed myself. It's gas.
The ground is kind of soft here. What's going on? Oh, that's my foot.
All right. So last but not least, I wanted to say this for the very Paul's getting a call.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's the cash. It's calling. We wanted to say that this for the last. So, if anybody's been paying attention to our channel, we've been running a competition for the last couple of weeks. The last probably like 3 or 4 weeks now. We changed up the competition last weekend to be you can hike any mountain and shout "download HiiKER" from the top, record it, and post it onto social media and tag us, and you're entered into a draw to win £100. So last weekend was our first weekend. It was great. It was good. Like to see all the videos that were coming in. Just a lot of engagement. Just to kind of give a quick background why we're doing this. We hated spending money on ads, so we wanted to use that money to do something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun, and to get more people out. And seemingly, another hiking app is doing the same thing now. So we're obviously onto a winner. We're obviously onto a good idea. So without further ado, our first winner of the weekly ad spend is Helen Lee Breen from somewhere in Ireland. I can't remember exactly where, but she did a fantastic job. Herself and her friends got out there and got to the top of a mountain. And I actually have her video here. So
you have the video? Great.
It's a very quick one, so pay attention.
Download HiiKER.
Woo!
That's good.
Well done, Helen.
I love that.
I hope you all.
Can we give Owen compliments as well for this little banner at the bottom? Like, I'm going to give that a little one-handed clap.
How long does it take you to get that together?
4 hours. For 3 days.
Dan commented there, don't make me go back to the mountains. Sorry, Dan, it's the only way you can win the competition. I know he hiked every single mountain in the country, but it has to be a fair game. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining in. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Sorry, before I go, the competition restarts again today. So get your comment onto the video that I'm going to post. Go out and hike that mountain, and post your video on social media.
One hint as well: go join the Facebook group that we have there, because it'll be posted on there first. So if you want to find out before everyone else, go to the Facebook group, and we're going to post it up there first.
Yeah, I'm going to post this up on a little banner now. Make use of my. So join the Facebook group. Oh, that was absolutely pointless. It literally just says join the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group
as well, and it doesn't have the little money bags. I like them.
Next time. So yeah, join the Facebook group. Just search for HiiKER, the Hiking Maps app. Join the group there. We're posting that video there amongst all of the other cool, fun things that we're doing. Thanks, guys. See you next
Bye-bye.
week. Well, I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, and I'll see the rest of you next week.
Bye.